crime knows no frontiers. To combat the growing menace of the international criminal, the police forces of the world have opened up their own national boundaries. At their headquarters in Paris, scientifically equipped to match the speed of the jet age, 63 nations have linked together to form the International Criminal Police Organization, Interpol.
And they were shot right here.
This isn't the only house in Amsterdam with bullets in the wall.
You must have been very young.
Old enough to remember how they dragged my brother and your English major out of the house.
What happened after the shooting?
The Germans took the bodies. No one knows where they were buried. That's why I put the flowers here.
Mr. Slater, when will your book be published?
Well, not for some time. I'm still doing research.
I looked these out.
Oh.
100 guilder note. Major Grenville signed it for me as a souvenir. And this, I thought you might like to use it in your book.
Thank you.
It's a photograph of my brother, Arno. If you could let me have it back, it's the only one I have got.
Oh, yes, of course. You're very kind.
Oh, there's my crew bus. I'll have to go. Goodbye, Mr. Slater. If there's anything else, I'll be back from Beirut in 2 days.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Hello, Jean.
Hello, Paul.
Something interesting?
Yes, this from the Dutch police to Scotland Yard.
Request information. Andrew Slater, British national, author. Found stabbed to death, Amsterdam Street. An author. Do we know anything about him?
Well, he was in Holland doing research for a book on a Major Peter Grenville, a British liaison officer with the Dutch resistance. If Andrew Slater was writing his story, it must be a very good one. Slater was a top-line writer. He specialized in digging up stories on unknown war heroes, author of Resistance Agent, The Swastika Badge, Cold Courage, A Marine Has Landed.
What were his sales figures for 1954?
Well, how could I know that?
You're slipping, Jean.
Huh?
A little joke, Jean.
Oh, yes, a very little one. It also says that all his research notes are missing.
Yes, I see that. Jean, we'll do a little research on our own. Ask London to contact Slater's publishers. Find out if he sent them any advance material. Check army records. We'll get a rundown on this Major Grenville.
About his work with the Dutch resistance, huh?
I'd like to know what made those research notes worth stealing.
Good morning. Herr Ressler is here. He is waiting for you in your office.
Thank you.
I see we don't start on time in our Dutch office.
What are you doing here?
As chairman, I thought I should find out if our more vital business has been dealt with.
Did you have to come personally? I run enough risks just being here in Holland. If we're seen together...
Has it been dealt with?
Last night.
Effectively?
Yes.
No doubt you used the same method you once did against the German soldiers. I should have had you shot. Where'd he get this?
My sister must have given it to him.
Your sister, eh?
She must have kept it all these years.
I've warned you before. That girl is a danger to us. If anything else happens, I shall be back in Bonn.
Thank you, Jacques. Get me the Dutch police. The officer who's working on the Slater killing.
A lead, Paul?
Read that.
Major Grenville's last assignment was to deliver 300,000 guilder to the Dutch resistance funds, the money believed to have been captured by the Germans when they shot him.
And the British publisher says Slater went to Germany to search through their wartime records.
I'll check with the German police.
All right. Yes?
Captain Decker on the line, sir.
Thank you. Hello?
Captain Decker speaking.
Duval, Interpol. I think we can help you with the Slater killing. We found out that the British agent, Major Grenville, was briefed to deliver 300,000 guilder to the Dutch resistance.
300,000 guilders?
Big enough motive for murder.
One moment. This may be something. I have 100 guilder note here. It was found on Slater, an old one.
Wartime issue?
Yes.
Just a moment. The money Major Grenville carried was made up in 100 guilder notes. The one you have may be part of the missing funds.
There's one place to check it. Your own Interpol currency bureau here in Holland. Can you fix it?
Better than that. I'll come personally. Jean, send a note to them direct. They can be working on it.
There's a good plane connection in 30 minutes.
I can be there in 3 hours. Can you pick me up at the airport?
We'll have a car waiting.
Good. See you then. Jean, call the Hague. Tell the currency bureau I'm on my way.
We've another lead on Slater. Just before he was killed, he visited a girl, Emmy Van Veer.
Anything on her?
She's an airline hostess. Sister to Onno Van Veer, the man who was shot with the British major.
Has she been questioned?
By the airline security police. She's in Beirut. We asked Interpol.
What's her story?
She gave Slater two things. A 100 guilder note given her by Major Grenville as a keepsake, and the photograph of her dead brother, Onno. We didn't find the photograph.
Stolen with the rest of the papers. But the note, it could mean that the currency was in the house when the Germans raided it.
Doesn't tell us what happened to it after.
Let's hope the currency bureau will help us there.
Hello, Monsieur Duval.
Hello. Still waving your money about, as usual.
Special delivery. Homemade yen.
Any luck with our 100 guilder note?
Mm-hmm. We've, located his brothers and sisters, all right. The money was paid in just after the war.
How much?
Nearly 300,000 guilders.
And nobody questioned it?
It was perfect. Printed from genuine plates smuggled to Britain.
Impossible to find out who made the deposit.
Impossible. But there's a chance we could tell you the area. Perhaps even the bank. All money in Holland was withdrawn in 1945 and replaced by new currency. It happened overnight.
So they would have had to bank it in a hurry and in large amounts.
For you, Inspector. How long will it take to check?
A day, perhaps a little longer. I'll start on it right away.
Good.
Report from the West German police. A close check on Slater shows he called on a man named Gerhard Esler.
Anything on this, Esler?
Enough for a trip to Germany. He was the German officer who had Major Grenville and Onno Van Veer shot.
Monsieur Duval, it is never pleasant to be reminded of war. That firing squad, it was distasteful. But I had my orders. I told Mr. Slater that.
I see your relations with the Dutch are now somewhat better, Herr Esler.
We do business with them. The company has a branch in Holland.
When were you last there?
I arrived back this morning.
Business successful?
Germany's exports continue to flow down the Rhine.
Did Slater ask you about the money?
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Grenville had 300,000 guilders the night you ordered the execution.
I think you must be mistaken. I never heard of this money. One was a British spy, the other a resistance man. They were shot.
How did you know they were hiding in the house?
Monsieur Duval, even after 15 years, there are some things one wouldn't care to disclose. I believe your colleague will bear me out. The official German records show no money was confiscated.
Official British records tell a different story.
If the money ever existed. Who knows, somebody may have pocketed it. I believe they were not above a little orthodox crime occasionally.
Not if they were underground. Especially 6 feet under.
I'm very sorry about Mr. Slater. I'm afraid I can't help more.
No doubt you have done your best. Resler's business has expanded since the war.
Yes, but as he says, trade has been good between Germany and Holland.
300,000 guilders would have helped.
Put me through to Van Tracht in Amsterdam.
Slater dug into the records. He must have asked about the money.
Maybe Esler lied because he doesn't want to be involved.
He's involved in one way we know about. He was in Holland when Slater was murdered.
What about Slater's wallet and papers? You've got rid of them?
No, I haven't destroyed them yet. All right, I will. But why the sudden urgency?
Because the police have been here, asking about the money. Listen to something from Slater's notes. Emmy van Ver says, Major Grenville gave her one of the 100 guilder notes as a keepsake. She remembers the German officer personally removing the bundles of money after the shooting.
Amy? She couldn't have given her note to Slater. I'd have found it when I searched him.
Maybe. Either way, that girl remembers too much. We've got to reach her before the police do.
Now listen, Esler. I've told you before, we are keeping Amy out of this.
Of course, my friend, of course. I know she's your sister. I leave it entirely to you. But for both our sakes, she must not be allowed to tell her story. All right. Goodbye.
Pick you up around 8:30.
Thank you. It's sweet of you, but some other time.
Hey, you two. Emmy.
Coming.
Esler was in charge of the raid on Van Ver's house. 300,000 guilders go missing. After the war, Esler's business booms. It all adds up.
And now he's getting away with a murder. The report from the Currency Bureau. Large deposits made by following firms. Van Eden Sugar, Havelaar Trading, Block Polson Engineering, Lorelei Reinbach.
Esler, with a branch here in Amsterdam.
Oh, Mr. Schacht.
Yes?
The bank telephoned. The manager would like you to call in and see him.
Did he say why?
He said some inquiries from head office about our deposits for the year 1946.
Get through to Bond. I want Herr Esler. Hello, Esler. Oh. No, I must speak to him personally. It's urgent. To Amsterdam. When did he leave? No, he hasn't been here. I haven't seen him. Thank you. Emmy.
Who's in charge here?
I'm sorry. Mr. Van Schracht is not in. You can't go in there. That's a private office. What right have you to come bursting in?
Listen, we want your employer urgently. Where is he?
I don't know. He came in about 10 minutes ago, made a phone call, and then rushed out again.
Who did he call?
Herr Essler, his partner in Bonn.
What about?
I don't know. Herr Essler wasn't there. He'd already flown to Amsterdam this morning.
The second time in 2 days? Why?
Because we pushed them too hard. Slater's wallet and the missing photograph of Onno van Weer.
But that's Mr. Van Schracht.
Van Weer? Alive? And Essler's partner?
And wartime collaborator. It all fits. It's what Slater found out, and it's why they killed him.
I'll have them picked up.
Do it from the car, come on. We've got to get to the girl. Remember, they killed Slater.
What do you want?
They checked the girl's house. No reply.
Keep trying.
Where is that banknote?
I gave it to Mr. Slater. You should know you murdered him.
On the contrary, someone else did. The police suspect you. That is rather ironic. A family affair.
You said a family affair. I don't understand.
I mean your brother.
My brother? You shot him.
Officially, yes. Unofficially, he's been my partner for 15 years.
Oh, no. Alive? That is how you knew about the money?
Mm-hmm. And because you know about it, the police will find your body in the canal. Suicide by a chief suspect. Get down there.
Anno.
Introductions are hardly necessary.
But, Anno, why?
Go on, tell her. Tell her that hard cash was a stronger pull than patriotism.
Shut up.
You betrayed the Major and you murdered Mr. Slater.
He'd found out.
And now your sister could give everything away, too.
What were you going to do with her? Are you all right?
Through that door.
Wait here. An old wartime escape route. Van Weer must have told him about it.
Where does it lead to?
Into any one of a dozen canals. It's part of the main drainage system. I'll put out a general alert.
Non-alive barges E22 and J17. Checks completed, both negative.
Understood. That just leaves the one we're looking for. Think you'll be on it?
If I were Esler, I'd be on it. It is the nearest one and heading for the ocean docks. He could jump a ship without risking a police cordon at the wharf.
Well, we'll soon know. You men search the crew's quarters in the engine room. We'll take the hold. And watch yourselves. He's armed.
We seem to have drawn a blank.
It looks like it.
Yes.
What did I tell you? He's still in the city, lying low someplace. Come on, let's get back. Next time you want to go on a wild goose chase, you can go alone. Just as well he didn't use this thing.
Yes. I might have got back to Interpol the quick way. Miss Lanvert. No more questions. I came to return this. It belongs to you.
I have no use for it.
Captain Decker has spoken to his chief. Only official records will show the full story. To everybody else, the man who died here will be known as Van Schracht.
Thank you.